New card gacha for this month is here, running for about 20 days from April 1st until April 20th. This time, we're getting another Alien series card. At this rate, I'm just waiting for the next evolution. Maybe Cyan series next, who knows? Full transformation, 29,000 power level, instant MVP, everything done. Jokes aside, let's get back to the actual card. Looking at the stats, this card is very powerful. It gives PvP damage bonus and also strip chance, and not just on normal equipment, but also on shadow equipment. That combination alone already makes it extremely valuable. This is not just a nice to have card. This is the kind of card that directly impacts your performance in PvP. If you skipped the previous card like Alien Kobold Leader, then this one is basically a replacement option. Similar PvP damage boost, just with a slightly different strip effect. So from a value perspective, it's very hard to ignore. For DPS players, this card will definitely boost your output. At the same time, the strip utility gives you more control in fights, making your gameplay more impactful. Not just raw damage, but also disruption. So it's not just about numbers, it also adds another layer to your gameplay. And if we look ahead to future updates, especially something like Land of Frost, where we might get 4-slot weapons, the potential becomes even crazier. More slots means more cards, more stacking effects, more damage, more utility. At that point, your character might start to feel like a mini version of those top-tier players, maybe even a small Dutch mill version. Well, hopefully, but as usual, this is where the concern comes in. I don't want to rant too much, because I've said this many times before, but the pattern is still the same. New powerful cards keep getting released, especially PvP-focused ones, pushing players to keep upgrading, keep spending, keep chasing the next power spike. At the same time, many existing issues are still not addressed. Old systems still feel heavy, progression is still difficult, bugs are still there, balance between jobs is still questionable. It creates a feeling where the focus is always on selling new power, instead of improving the overall experience. It's always buy, but not enough effort on fixing what already exists. So while this card is definitely strong, and yes, very tempting, I still hope the dev can be more considerate when releasing items like this. Not just thinking about how strong or how sellable it is, but also how it affects the balance of the game, and how it impacts players who are trying to keep up. Because at the end of the day, not everyone can chase every new release, and when the gap keeps getting bigger, it becomes harder for players to stay engaged. So yeah, strong card, good value, very impactful. But at the same time, comes with the same old concern. As always, if you decide to go for it, just make sure you plan your resources properly. Balance is not always about releasing new items to support the game. Sometimes, real balance comes from improving the system itself. Right now, it feels like the dev is a bit hesitant to touch the core system. Maybe because the current structure already benefits top spenders who dominate the market and the top-up ecosystem. But if the system becomes more accessible, it doesn't mean losing revenue. In fact, it can open the door for more players to participate. When the cost barrier is slightly lowered, or when the system becomes more forgiving, mid-level and even low-level spenders will feel more encouraged to spend. They feel like their money actually gives value, not just a gamble with no guarantee. In the end, it's not only about keeping the old sultans happy, but also about making the rest of the player base feel included and motivated to continue playing. Because a healthy game is not supported by a few big spenders alone, but by a wide and active player base. So how can this be improved? One simple way is by looking at other gacha systems. For example, another game I follow aside from Ragnarok Mobile, Eternal Love, is Mecharashi. Their system is much more straightforward and player-friendly. They implement a 1.1 pity system. If you don't get the item in the first round, the next round guarantees it. No confusion, no hidden layer, no extended gambling loop. It gives players a clear expectation and a sense of control. Now compare that to ROM. Here we have a 1-2 system, and even after fulfilling that, you might still need a third round to secure the item. On top of that, the drop rates themselves feel very low, making the whole process even more frustrating. It creates a situation where players don't feel unlucky, but feel like the system itself is working against them. And that's where the problem is. The solution doesn't need to be complicated. Make the system simpler, make the RNG fairer, give players a clearer path to reach their goal. Even small adjustments can make a big difference in how players perceive value. Because right now, many players are not afraid of spending, they are afraid of wasting. So this is not just a complaint. This is a suggestion and also a hope. A hope that the system can become better, fairer, and more sustainable. Not only for top players, but for everyone who is still here, still playing and still supporting the game. Because at the end of the day, if players feel valued, they will stay longer. And when players stay longer, the game itself will have a future.